Well, welcome, fellow travelers. Your traveling buddy here, coming to you today from Lansing, Michigan, my hometown. I'm here at my home today. Now, I've seen a lot of things going on, Halloween stuff going on. You know, the Halloween attractions are already starting to open up. It's only September, but it's starting. And I do my yard up big time every year. I have a huge display I do. Kids love my yard every year. I do a full graveyard, all kinds of stuff. So I figured I'd do this vlog and show you how I set up my yard. So I hope you enjoy this. Alright, travelers, to start this out, how I always start every year. I start out with my buddy here. My buddy here. Meet Jeeves. This is my butler. I bought him several years ago. You know, he's a big butler, and believe it or not, he sits in my living room year round. And I decorate him up for Christmas too. I dress him up as Santa Claus. As I said, he's big. There's nowhere for him to store him too much, so he's a permanent fixture in my living room. But to start out, he goes in my front living room window, and I put like a skull hanging on. He's got a little tray here. I put a skull like he's held on to a skull. Oh yeah. So, this is Jeeves, my buddy. Alright, travelers, here we are in my yard. See, this is what my yard looks like right now. I don't have a very big yard, you know, but before you know it, this will be a full graveyard. And like I told you, looky there. I've already got Jeeves sitting up there in the window. Yep. I say that's how he sits every year. And then I put like a red light so it looks like, you know, it's evil inside. I don't know if I can zoom in on it. It's kind of a glare out right now. It's daylight out. Jeeves is up in there. There he is, see? And then he's got a skull in his little tray. Alright, I want to show you this here. This is where I keep all my holiday decorations and all that. My Christmas and mostly my Halloween. You see back there, got some tombstones back there. That's where I keep all my tombstones. And this thing here is where I keep all my special stuff. There, look at that. See, got skeletons. You know, I got a dummy in there that I made. A lot of stuff I make, and so a lot of other stuff I buy, like that. These are I bought those last year, and the year before I bought a couple of them skeletons. So you can see that I'm really into Halloween. Halloween is definitely my season. I love Christmas, but Halloween is really where I strive. Alright, travelers, I'm going to start setting up the tombstones. Alright, fellow travelers, it's another day. Fortunately, I couldn't set up the tombstones the other day because it was raining out. A lot of wind. So it was a little hard to do the tombstones. So I'm going to start setting up the tombstones today. Alright, see, here's all my tombstones. I just got them out from behind the shed. Got them lined up by the shed. And all these I'm going to go right out there in front. And I get more and more every year. And these are just little styrofoam things. And some of them I've actually made. But, yeah. I said these are going to go right out in front. I have a full cemetery. Like I said, I buy some every year. Make some more every year. Before you know it, this whole yard will be a cemetery for Halloween. So kids love it. Here you go. Here's a good start about how my cemetery looks. And see how some of them knocked over already because of the wind. I show you a little DIY thing that I do to help keep them from falling over. And as you see here, now these are little styrofoam ones, and you get these little pegs that they give you. They break all the time and all that. So if you notice what I did here, I take these boards, I take some wood, I got some extra wood around and all that, and I nail them right to them. Because it's just little styrofoam, little tombstones. You know, you're not going to really see them. The leaves are going to cover all the, you know, the boards and stuff. And it helps them keep them straight up. But some of them do kind of knock over. The wind can knock them over like this one is. And I'll show you how to keep them straight up. Because I don't like it when my tombstones knock over. And these ones here, I actually made these last year. These are just some pieces of styrofoam somebody was throwing away. And since, you know, most of the tombstones are just styrofoam, took them home, cut them in half and all that. Had these little skulls around, you know, little toy skulls almost like. And I just mounted them, got them right in there, and made my own tombstones. You know, saved me some money. I mean, carved a rip, R.I.P. in that one. You can see it. You know, if they get dirty, who knows? Who cares? You know, it's supposed to be a spooky cemetery. I even leave the leaves up. See, this one's I got wood on there. Basically, wood on all these. You see, there's another one. The wind's knocked over. And I said, I'll show you how to keep those up. But there's the start of my cemetery. And I've already had a kid go by and watching me setting them up. As I said, in this neighborhood here, I live in this little trailer park. Kids love my yard every year. They stop by, look at it, and it's not a little, you know, a little cutesy little cemetery I do it spooky. You know, I have ghouls and everything else I set up. And at Halloween night, I play the spooky music. Got all kinds of lights going. And yeah, I don't try to scare the little kids. The little kids, I'll actually walk out here to the sidewalk so they don't have to walk up into my yard and hand them the candy. You know, I don't expect to scare little kids. But yeah, that's the start of my cemetery. Alright, I'm going to show you what to do with this little DIY, how to keep these things up. Like I said, these little tombstones, they come with these little plastic little tabs. And they're not very strong, they break all the time. So, I figured it out that we have actually pegs right here in my yard. Like the old school, what people used to do, I take a stick. It comes from our tree. It just fell from our tree. I got piles of sticks behind my shed and all that. And I use that as a peg. So, I'll show you that. I'll show you how to do it. Put that on there. Like that. See? And I straighten it up like that. And I just take that stick, pound it right in the ground. See how much sturdier that is? See? Just a stick. You know? I'll get another one, stick it on that side. See? Like right here. See? Need another stick. So this one broke from last year. I had one in there last year. That one broke. So I'll just go get me another stick. See? That's all it is a stick. A lot better than these stupid plastic things they sell you. See? I pound that in there. Look at that. Wind can blow that sucker all it wants. It ain't going nowhere. So, there you are. A little DIY that I've come up with. So hope that helps you guys. See that? I didn't even have to go behind the shed. There was one sitting right here. A stick. Just break it in half. Stick it in there. Pound it down. Easy. And if it breaks, you just go grab another one. Free sticks. Free steaks. Alright, there you go, travelers. There's pretty much my cemetery. If you notice right here, so like I said about the stakes, one thing I like to do, another little DIY, is you see I didn't take all the little branches off of that one there. You know, down there. Looks like makes it look like a spooky tree, you know, dead tree, kind of growing up out of the grave. Alright, so yeah, that's how you can do it. You know, like I said, not very hard at all. And then I got these ones up here. So this one broke a couple years ago. I tried to fix it a few times, but then I figured I'd just leave it like it's broken off. A lot of cemeteries look like that. You know, you got a broken off tombstone. So that works out. And there's Jeeves sitting up in the window. You see him up there. But there's much more going to go up in the window. I got much more to go up. This is just the start. To build the cemetery. See, this is another one I made. This is from an old tote. The top from a tote. Just painted it black. Kind of carved the little RIP into it. Looks like a real tombstone. So that's another DIY you can do. So find an old tote top that, you know, maybe the bucket broke or whatever, and just use the top and make you a tombstone out of it. There's another one there. This one's set up against the house every year. See, now I got them stakes up in there. You don't really see them too much. I mean, especially at night. You know, makes it look creepier and stuff like that. And then those handmade ones I made last year. So it's just pieces of styrofoam somebody was throwing out. Took them home, made me some tombstones. There's another one I sit there, did the stick with the branches. Makes it look creepier. See that? See? Look at that. Like I said, each year I increase more and more. Before you know it, this whole yard is going to be full. But stay tuned. I got much more to set up. Alright, here's another little DIY for you. Remember how I told you about the stakes? The little handmade stakes they do for the tombstones. You can do the same thing with these little ghouls here that I'm setting up. Now you come with little plastic ones so that break. So, like I said, right here, see how this handle is? Look, just another stick. Nail that in the ground, slide them in, boom. Alright travelers, here's another DIY thing that I've done. See this ghoul here, or Grim Reaper, or what do you want to call him. Originally he came with a little thing and he's supposed to shoot up and scare you and all that. Well, that thing broke. And didn't want to get rid of him because he's cool. He's a cool looking thing. So I figured out how to set him up. See, there's a little post down here. And you see there? That's a base from an old circular fan. Somebody was throwing that out. And that's it. I just took it, drill a hole in the bottom there. And all that. And right up here, you look up in there, up in here, there's, you know, the things that hook it up in there. I don't know if you can see that very well. And I just screwed that base into there. You know, that drapes down over. And I set him out in the yard behind one of the tombstones. And see, it covers up the base, and as I said, once I set it behind the tombstone, you don't really see that little base. But yeah, instead of throwing out your old circular fan base, I threw the fan away. The fan was no good, but there you kept the base, and now that's part of my Halloween display. And I said, and I have a little sickle that I put in his arm. You see your back in the background. I've been watching Michigan Air Rob on YouTube while I'm putting this stuff together. But yeah, that's a little DIY thing you can do. You probably could figure out something else to mount on those things. You know, make a little ghoul out of them. You know, not bad at all. Alright, here's another ghoul that I'm going to be building. See, this is actually my little snowman that I have out. He used to be a little animatronic snowman. Doesn't really work anymore. But I still set him up in my yard for Christmas. But I had an idea one time. I turned this guy into like a little ghoul. See, right now, you see he doesn't have his head right now. I've taken the head off already. And I'll replace it with a skull's head. It's cool. I do this all up. I just drop his arms down. I put like some skeleton hands on him. And put this little cloak over him. So it's like a black cloak. See? Now this is what I'm talking about. See, I took the little snowman part. I kind of dropped it down. You know, I've rigged it up so it just drops right down. And then I'm going to put a cloak over this. Over the arms and all that. And then we got some skeleton hands that I'm going to stick right on the arms there. See the kitty cat trying to play with the remnants of what's stuffed inside there. And then on top here, you see this little bracket I put on here. That's what's going to hold the skull on. And it's a skull that actually laughs and does all kinds of things. It's cool. Here you go. See? There you go. I got them all set up. Got the skeleton hands on. Got the cloak all on. Got the skull head. See? And this, see, it's got a sensor on it. I'll turn them on. He's not set up just perfectly, but this is just to show you. There you go, see? I gotta situate his head just right. But yeah, see, it's got a sensor. That's him. That's my Grim Reaper I made. And I'll stick him out in the yard. Not right now because, you know, the rain and stuff. We can't have the little thing out with the rain. But Halloween night, he sits out there. When the kids walk up, thing starts laughing. Oh yeah, they love it. Alright, travelers, you ready for this? I'm done setting up. I got everything all set up now. Check this out. This is my cemetery. Check that out. Got all the ghouls coming up. Got the lights down here that shines up at night. So I got Jeeves up there in the window, a little witch. Sits over the side there. And here's my dummy that I said I made. Look at that. Just took old couch cushions and stuffed them inside this coveralls. Put some gloves on them. Put a mask on them. Got the old leg and the arm or hand just hanging there. Got the old beware sign up front. Here's another one of my ghouls, the Grim Reaper. He's got his scythe just sitting behind there. That's the one that I said that's got the thing from your circular fan. That's the base for the circular fan. Just kind of nailed it into the ground so he doesn't move. This here, I made this. You see this red thing? That's actually my old graduation gown. It kind of got tore up, so I just turned it into a Halloween costume for thing. And I got this mask. It's like a demon. And the funny thing is, you see what's on. This is my North Pole sign. This is the North Pole sign that I put out for Christmas. It says North Pole on the one side. I don't know if you can see that in there. It says North Pole. And just drape it over that. It makes a good demon. Sit behind the grave. And this one here, I made this year. This is my penguin that I set up for Halloween. For Christmas. And I put this whole Halloween mask on him. I just got this mask this year. Decorated him up. Stuck him behind the tombstone. Looks real creepy when the lights are on. And then here's more of my ghouls. Little head there, popping up out of the ground. And this dude here, it's like a little tombstone thing that I bought one time. And so we stick him inside there like he's coming out of the grave. Yeah, got some more right there. There's that mummy that I showed you earlier. Got the bones hanging from a light post with the jack-o'-lantern as for the light. That lights up at night. Now this here I want to show you is my favorite thing. A lot of people love this. They like to take pictures next to this. I call this "Till Death Do You Part." Check this out. Got this skeleton here, and he's got flowers in there, and there's the bride. It's like he's like proposing to her. People love that. She's got her little kitty cat next to her. Yeah, that's cool. I call that "Till Death Do Us Part." And there's a lot of people actually come up here, sit next to it, get their pictures taken with it. So they got some up here. Got some bodies hanging from my awning. They got some bodies hanging from the awnings up there. Yep, that's my graveyard. That's it. I've already gotten some people, and then I got this too. I don't know. I didn't show this. It's chain link the fence that goes along. That got the shrunken heads. There's my lights that I have at night. I'll show you those later. When it gets dark out, I'll show you what it looks like. But yeah, that's pretty much what. Oh yeah, one other thing I want to show you. Besides Jeeves sitting up in the window, on this side, I have another skeleton sitting up here in this window. And I have this. I use a Christmas light, believe it or not. From the inside, it shines up on them, and it makes them real spooky. So yeah, that's how you can do it, people. It's real easy. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's a creepy graveyard. What is perfect? But wait, I'm gonna show you when it gets dark out. Alright, fellow travelers, here you are. It's dark out. Check this out. You're gonna love this. Look at that. Got the lights going. Lighting up the skeleton. Proposing to his bride. Check that out. Zoom in on her. Look at that. Need to get a couple more lights. There's my one ghoul over there. You can see him good enough. Oh, it kind of. Look at that. That's what it'll look like. And there's my light, my street light. Put the pumpkin in there. Here's the front of the house. Fire lights, got the skulls dancing around on there. G's up in there with the light, red light inside. And the witch. Get a little closer. Look at that. Then over here, so here's that skeleton I was telling you about. You see those lights? See how wicked that looks? Those are actually Christmas laser lights. It's awesome. So there you go, folks. That's my Halloween display. Hope I get to show you, how easy it is to make a spooky cemetery. Look at that, got the lights going there. My one demon over there with the lights going on it. And believe it or not, those lights that you see in there are Christmas lights too. There's kind of a snowflakes, but you can't really see them. It really lights up that demon. More lights, more Christmas lights. You see the little lights, the blinking lights, is laser lights and star shower thing. That worked out great too. So there you go, folks. I hope you like this. If you like this, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Have any comments for me? Leave me a comment. Appreciate any comments. Any ideas for me to do? Let me know. I just might show up and do it. So till the next time, travelers, I'll see you around the mitten.